say, or the Buddha's teaching is the life itself is a meditation, right? We are talking about the present moment, right? That if we are focusing on the present moment, if we are like coming into the present moment, it's always the present moment. Am I correct? We talk about the present moment in the morning, and at 9 o'clock, then 9:30, and now at 10 o'clock, now 10:30. Now again, present moment. The next moment is also a present moment, right? So then, which means we can say it's always a present moment, right? That's why it's very important. The present moment is so important. That is the reason. So when we go too deep into the discussions, so is there a past? Is there a future? Let's say we are we are going to meditate tomorrow. So we are talking about that in the present moment. Tomorrow is in the present moment. We are creating a thought. We are just in this present moment. We are just creating a thought. Again, tomorrow is becoming a present, right? In that way. So this is why, I mean, when we are coming to this understanding, and we are in the process of moving to that understanding, so then we will start to realize that there is no something called that you are not meditating. You are always meditating. That's why we rather use mindfulness practice. Not the meditation practice. So anyway, we have to understand these are just words. What matters is to understand the pragmatic aspect of what we are learning, what we are into. So the other thing is, as you say, Dana Sila Bhavana. Dana itself is a mindful practice, meditation practice. Sila itself is a meditation practice. If we take Buddhism into one word, if we take Buddhism into one word, that is dana. That is letting go. Letting go. Right? So in dana, what you are letting go? Your attachment towards the physical, the material, the time, your energy, your effort, that you are sacrificing your effort, right? Now the Professor Manori was organizing these things, so she was sacrificing, giving away her effort and the energy. That is also mindful activity. And that is also, if you start to see the impermanent nature, anicca nature, everything is changing. That's why the Satipatthana Sutta means that always, each and every moment, you are mindful and you are seeing the changing nature, and you are starting to see the non-self nature. There is no I, me, mine. There is nothing to claim as I, me, mine, rather than a natural process. And when it comes to Sila, Sila means your views, or that you take precepts and the things, and so you are just I mean, to see the nature of the mind, or to purify the mind, you are just putting some kind of rules and regulations to yourself. Again, what is that? Now the real, I would say the real Sila is that how authentic you are. You say, you tell yourself, I I will become truthful to myself and the society and the outsiders. And I am not going to lie. Again, what's happening? Again, that is again letting go. That you are not lying. You are just letting go of telling lies, right? You're detaching. Again, letting go, because they are also again what you have to do. Now, you requested in the morning, please give precepts. I said, I'm going to disappoint you today. I didn't give any precepts, right? So how, if I ask you the question, this is a the question I am asking very often, that are you keeping the precepts, 5 precepts? So then I'm asking, okay, then they say yes. Some say yes. Very few say yes. Very few, or maybe 1% out of the gathering. So then I am asking, when the mosquitoes are coming and biting you, what's happening? You are just chasing them away or hitting them. Then they say, no, it's happening. Right? Then, okay, that is one question I am asking. Then I am asking, okay, the Lord Buddha as Bodhisattva, there's one main thing that he didn't do. He has not lied even as a joke. He has not lied even as a joke. So then I'm asking, okay, are you doing the same? No, that sometimes when children are there, we tell things, we make jokes, and we have to tell sort of lies. So then how come you are going to keep the precepts, Musavada, Veramani, Sikkapadan, Samadhiyan? Then what we are advising, or what we are asking, just be mindful. Mindful to the thoughts, the nature of the mind, how the thoughts are rising. Right? The wise reflection, yoniso manasikara, where thoughts are rising, the origin. So then when you are capable of observing how the thoughts are arising, then you are becoming capable of recognizing, okay, these are good thoughts, these are bad thoughts, which are not good for me and as well as others. And these are good thoughts which are good for me as well as others. So then you decide, okay, no, I am not going to implement these thoughts. I am not going to give the power to these thoughts to be converted into words or actions. That's where the mindfulness matters, right? So that's why we say, then a thought is coming, like you are going to make a joke, but it's a lie. Right? So then what you are, okay, no, I'm going to convert these thoughts into words. I'm not going to tell anything. I will be silent. If you can't talk the truth, you can be silent. You don't want to tell the truth, but you don't want to tell the lies as well. Right? So then that's how the mindful, that you are becoming mindful throughout the day towards yourself. And that's why I said you are the master of your mind, not the slave of your mind. The awareness is there. Through the awareness, wise reflection and clear comprehension is there. So the life is being handled with wisdom. Then dana, sila, bhavana. What is bhavana? Bhavana is again letting go. The deepest thing you have to let go is your life, yourself. That's how dana leads to you are letting go of the basics, physical things, the efforts and the time And ultimately, what you have to let go? The desire towards life, yourself, your ego. That is the greatest dana. Right? So, which means each and every moment is a moment of practice, moment of meditation, and moment of being mindful. So, that's where the realization is happening. Okay? So then, anyway, it's recording. Yeah, we can continue. I will just now add further things for your theoretical knowledge, and as well as while it's becoming explaining in theory, I will take you into a sort of practical aspect as well, practically experience the things. So today's I thought of discussing about Bahya Sutta. All of you all have heard about Ditte Ditta Mattang Bhavisati, Sute Sutta Mattang Bhavisati, Mute Muta Mattang Bhavisati, Vinyate Vinyata Mattang Bhavisati. In the seen, it's merely seen. In the heard, it's merely heard. In the sensed, it's only sensed. In the cognized, it's only cognized. So the other main thing Lord Buddha has preached, and we are here on this earth as human beings to realize the real mechanism of who I am. Once we understand the real mechanism of who I am, that's where we are becoming able to find the main teaching of the Buddha. Main teaching of the Buddha is about this existence, the real truth of this existence, and who I am. So there, the Lord Buddha has preached this stanza. Nahi silavatang hotu uppajjanti tatagata attakkarati nipada sambuddhena pakasita. Which means a Buddha is born not to give us the precepts or not to give us any sila or anything, but to explain about and to bring us towards the realization of attakkarati nipada. About 3 words with 8 letters. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. Impermanent nature, suffering nature, and the non-self nature. The real mechanism of this existence, the real mechanism of who I am. So a Buddha is born to explain about, preach about these things. So when we are coming to the first aspect or first phenomenon, seeing, how this seeing mechanism is happening. Usually, what we are used to say is, I am seeing something. I can see. But, okay, Lord Buddha's teaching is, there's this impermanent nature, there is this non-self nature and the suffering nature. So I will mainly focus on impermanent nature and non-self nature. So you have to experience the suffering nature by yourself. Right? So how this seeing mechanism is happening? So there are 3 things has to be together. Eyes and the matter around these eyeballs, right? And the mind, we call the consciousness. When these 3 things are together, the seeing mechanism is happening, right? Now, when we are in the present moment. That Lord Buddha's main teaching is just let go of the past, let go of the future, right? If we are to realize the truth, we have to follow these instructions exactly as they are, as it is being said. So, for the sake of realization in this present moment, so you have to let go of the past. You have to let go of the future, right? And there that we can take as an example of the baby state. Then it is easy for us to understand this, the mechanism practically. So when it comes to the mechanism of seeing, and we have to be stay in the present moment. So, okay, let me check with yourself and let's do it practically. Now, Lord Buddha told us to let go of the past, right? Now you have to let go of the past, right? Let go of the future, okay? So then I am asking, what is this? What is this? What happened inside yourself? What is this? Now you have to be with me and you have to give me your answers. Say it loud. Are you all with her? A name came for this? Those who have got a name, when I was asking what is this, please raise your hand. Those who got a name as a glass, you got it. From where it came? So then did you follow the instructions of your greatest Lord Buddha? And now I gave the instruction of Lord Buddha. So what happened? The data came from the past. Now that's why we are studying the mechanism. We are learning that the theoretical Suttamaya Jnana has to be there. Theoretical knowledge has to be there. So how this is coming? Okay, let's say we were taught to call this a dog, right? So who put the names? Those days, some people have put name this as a glass. But for a baby, newly born baby, when he sees this, does he get something in his mind? Why? He has no data, right? That is where, if we are to realize the truth, so we have to follow these instructions in this present moment. Then you saw how the mind was jumping to the past, but not in the present, jump into the past, and the data came, the glass came to this present moment. So, because we started to follow Lord Buddha's instruction, now we started we learned the mechanism, how exact mechanism, how these names are being formed. This is just a name put by the people. And now we are using the process. But just think, if you are a baby and you don't know any names and you are utterly present, and when you see this, what's happening within you? No names are coming. Your inside, it's empty, right? So then again, let's say that is where the pureness is there, right? Then let's see how this is becoming distorted from the present moment. Then we see, okay, the moment, okay, if it is made out of gold, or yeah, let's say it's made out of gold, the glass is made out of gold. So what's happening? The moment you see, you feel the inner thoughts may come, okay, I also should have something like that. If I can have something like that from somewhere, I want to ask from they have bought from this, how this has been made, right? The thoughts are coming. That the ownership, to the feeling of owning these things are coming, and the what is then developing? Greediness is developing. No, how the attachment is happening. Then how that is how now you are starting to see the process, how the attachment is happening. But what is the real mechanism? That in the actual scenario, so that if we have not learned anything, there's nothing. That we don't want to call ownership. So the emptiness of the mind, emptiness of the ego can be nicely examined, right? This is how you have to practically do these things. That's where, then that is where Buddha asked, Lord Buddha asked Bahya to practice. In the scene, it's merely seen. Dakkot dakka pamanai. That is how this, in the scene, it's merely seen is happening. So you know that, okay, the data is coming from the past, but if now okay, now, because now we are filled with data, the baby is not filled with their data, but we are filled with data. Now we know the process, okay, this is coming from the past, that now we don't want to have the attachment. If the mind is making the attachment, we clearly see. Buddha clearly said, okay, if the attachment is happening, be clearly aware that how the attachment is happening. That is the nature of the wise person, those who have realized. Now we are, what's happening? We are using the glass. Now we know the data, no? The gadgets are with us, and they are, as long as we live, we have to use the items. So we use the item, we even name the item, but what is happening underneath? Because as we know the truth, the attachment is not happening. Because this is all mind created stuff. What is the nature of the mind again? Rising and passing away. You have to stay in the present, right? In the present, if it says, okay, this is a glass, but there's a big process involved in this to say this is a glass, right? So okay, that thought arise and that just pass away in the present moment. That's it. So these things has to be practiced and applied to yourself. But first you have to gather the theoretical knowledge, right? So that we say, yang kinchi samudaya dhammang sabbantang nirodha dhammang. Hetum paticca sambhuta hetu banga nirujjati. Which means when that the seeing process is happening, because these three causes are there. When these three causes are there, the seeing is happening. Okay, let's go further deep into the seeing process. Now you look at this side. Let's say that the babies look, right? So you are looking at this side, and does baby is recognizing, okay, this is me, this is glass. Okay, let's say the baby's your mother is here as a you are now a baby, right? Go to the baby state. Now your mother is coming in front of your eyes. Now like 3 months or a few months old baby, does he know that this is his mother? But he sees, he still sees, right? No naming is happened. So now when you go to that state, can you understand? You can feel it, right? Right? So then there is no separation. You see everything as a whole thing. That is where I asked you to practice last time. I asked the question also. Now you are looking at the front side. And I asked the question, what you are seeing now? What are the things you see now? Just name. Light you can see, the cables you can see, or none you can see. Yeah. So what else you see? Yeah. Yeah, Professor Manori, I think, yeah, she told, she caught it last time. So now she says. So the empty space in front of our eyes, that is the largest thing. That is the biggest thing. We are only talking about things and people, animals, which are made out of matter. Empty spaces, we can say, okay, it's matter, but matter is very less because oxygen is there, nitrogen is there. Okay, but this empty space, we are not talking about. Why? It's of no use. There's no fun. When when I was doing mindfulness program, Satipasala program for school children, I asked them, okay, just look at the empty space in the present moment. Then how is your feelings? How you being felt inside? Just look at the empty space. So this is the same thing Lord Buddha did, Animisalochana Puja. Just he was, it says, glaring at the bo tree. It's how it's been explained. And without blinking. But can we do that for 30 seconds or 1 minute? Just glare at the empty space. And then what is your experience inside your experience? In being in the present moment. So just share your experience. What about others? Huh? You experience emptiness. You? Who experience emptiness? You were just glaring at, or was it boring? She says, Professor Manori says it's peaceful. When you're just glaring at the empty space in front of your eyes. You have to be truthful. You have to be honest. These are the sealer. And you have to tell your real experience. I can't hear you. Impermanent nature. Your experience, just glare at the empty space. In this present moment, what is your experience? What about others? Yes, please. You have to say loud. Come to the front and tell even. That is what matters most. Sharing your experience.
I actually didn't feel it. All I realized was that we have filled this empty space with things, lights, and lots of things we have filled. And
what is that? No. That now you are saying that we are filled with things. What is that?
All the empty space has been filled by.
What is that?
Material.
You have to experience the what is there with you right here and now. You have to experience.
The present moment.
In the experience, can you talk? In the experience, in the real experience, can you talk? Then you are talking that she's saying empty space is filled with stuff.
I have connected.
Yeah, you have the experience, then what has come? A thought has come. Yeah, so that process has to be clearly observed. How the thoughts are coming. If we are really into present moment and the empty space, there are no thoughts. Then afterwards, thoughts are coming and, okay, saying it's peaceful. Mind is now creating upon the experience. Mind is creating something. Mind is creating the thoughts upon the experience.
We are labeling.
Labeling. Mind is labeling things. I want you to come to the real experience. The children said, some said it is peaceful, some said it's boring. Actually, yeah, so
that's because we have got used to labeling.
We are used to, our habitual formation is to attach to get in contact with the things and the people and the matter. And that is what we call living. Out of seeing that, I want you to experience this, what Lord Buddha explained to Bahia. In the sense, practically come to the this what is being said. In the scene, that's merely seen. So we don't want to name anything. That's why I reminded you the baby state. Okay, thank you very much. The baby state. Go to the to practice this thing, to experience this thing. And the Animisa Lochana Puja of the Lord Buddha. When Animisa Lochana Puja is happening, what was the real state of Buddha inside him? You have to say it loud. Yeah, okay. Through the words I heard, the pay his gratitude. How does he paid his gratitude? He was thinking, thank you, thank you, thank you. How? Huh? Nothing was in his mind. He was in Nirodha, cessation. I will explain you. This is how we are learning as children, right? In the school, we are paying gratitude. But actually, how he was, let's say, okay, we will say it in a far better way. You know how you can pay gratitude to this world, the whole system. When you are in the normal state, the Pruthagjana lay person state, the Lord Buddha mentioned that Sabbe Pruthagjana Ummattaka. So, which means what are we producing in the day-to-day life? The majority of, usually in a day, it says scientists have found about 60,000 to 70,000, 80,000 thoughts are being produced to one man. Out of that, the all thoughts are related to mostly the sensual desires aversions, right? And there are some which are not, which are in between, not to the desirable side or the aversion side. But the majority is producing what? The negative thoughts. Then what's happening? Through every, most human beings, what kind of energy is being released to the environment? Polluted energy, right? Raga, Dvesha, Moha. The polluted energy is being released. But when you are not attaching to the thoughts, and in this state, Animisalochana Puja, Buddha was in a deep the cessation, where there are no thoughts. And that is the most purified state. That is the most purified state where you can release the good vibrations to the environment. And you are cleansing the system. That's why in Corona periods, when the human activities have become less and the some sort of purification has happened, it says, no? So the ozone layer has got renewed and the environment, some scientists have been found these things. So the purification is happening. So that's why how you can pay respect is when you are peaceful, when you are not attached to the mind. So you are releasing good vibrations to the environment. And you are doing again, because now through your inner purification, what's happening? The activities you are doing, the words you are uttering are also harmless for others with good vibes. Right? This is how this understanding leads to a peaceful living. Yes. Sorry, I didn't hear the first part. Yeah. You mean the cessation? Yeah. No, there is no loving kindness, metta or anything, because these things are being, loving kindness and metta is again being produced through thoughts, right? In this state, it is, that's why it's called nirodha, cessation. So that is just, the Buddha has become the soil. The Buddha has become the nature itself, like a tree. Or, right? The mind is not working. That is the, yes. Yeah, that is why. That's where then you are in that state, then you start to feel peaceful. That's why. Again, yeah, that's why the purified, we can say the purified mind is there. Then we are recognizing it. That's where we feel, okay, the peaceful nature inside. That's why you have to practice. That's where you are releasing, you are becoming the energy itself. That's how you are serving the world. That's why Lord Buddha said, he said that, okay, just giving that, as she said, okay, giving some food to animals is it's a meritorious act. Give some food to animals. But rather giving food or something to animals, it's more meritorious giving some food to human beings. It says that giving more food like to more animals than giving one human being something is more meritorious than that act. And again, Buddha said, okay, So that you will be giving many people dana. So rather giving, let's say, 1,000 people a dana, it's more meritorious giving a dana to one stream entrant. It's more powerful. So accordingly, he was mentioned in the order. And so rather giving 1,000, let's say as example, 1,000 stream entrants, it's more meritorious giving one dana to one Sakurdagami person. And giving more dana to Sakurdagami 1,000 people, it's more meritorious giving one non-returner. And then one Arahant, and one Pascheka Buddha, and one Samma Sambuddha. Then Lord Buddha says, even giving so many dana, like to be filled the Jetavana Rama, like you will be offering Attapirikara and the robes and the various stuff. So it is the greatest thing is rather giving this kind of dana. What is the greatest thing? It is there's a way of nicely saying but it is not like you have to be more precise. Buddha exactly mentioned what you have to do. You have to see the anicca nature of the one moment. Anicca nature of the one moment, in this moment, present moment. If you are to see the anicca, what you have to do? You can't just see anicca. It's being seen. When you are becoming mindful to the present moment. You have to be mindful to this present moment here and now. Then you start to see the anicca nature. That is more powerful. That is where you have to let go of yourself. If you are attaching to my, me, mine things, if you are claiming what's happening, how you say I, me, mine, you are the thoughts are coming, you are claiming them as I, me, mine. You are telling the ownership. So you have to see the process as the natural process. Do you understand what I say? Oh, it's like Greek. You understand what I say? Afterwards, if there are any questions, you can ask. But this is the real truth. Can somebody, could you please help with this bottle? I need some water. It's okay for the moment. Let's take. Pass it on. Thank you. No, we can leave it here. Yes. Okay. So we were discussing about in the seeing, it's merely seeing. So now I am going to ask you the question, how this seeing is happening? How? Why this seeing is happening? We can see. Why is it happening? How is it happening? Sorry? Yeah, with three things. And yeah, okay, that I will tell you. That the other reason is due to the previous karma. The previous accumulation of energy. Because eyes are there, no? Because eyes are there, and the mind is there, the matter is there, and the seeing is happening. How these eyes and the mind came, the human being came to the action, came to the existence. How this came to the existence? Because it came to the existence that the seeing can, okay, we say we can see because of the previous karma. How the previous karma happened at that time, at a certain point, what is being seen was accumulated as I, me, mine due to the ignorance. Because we didn't see the truth, impermanent nature, non-self nature, suffering nature at that time. Due to the ignorance at that time, we were born. The eyes, the ability to see were born. Right? It's actually, okay, the seeing is actually happening in this present moment. So that is the other reason why, because if we are not clear about these things, then this is how I realized, right? How I got things clarified. I was thinking, the Buddha has said there is no I, me, mine. So, but I can see. Those days, it was in mind. I can see. So how this seeing is happening? Then I questioned myself. Then I started to investigate. Right? So then, okay, this human being was born. That was born due to the previous karma, because at a certain point the energy was accumulated through seeing due to the ignorance, due to not knowing the truth, due to not knowing the impermanent nature, not the non-self nature. And now what we have to do? Okay, now we should not do that process ignorantly. That we have to have the wisdom. We have to be aware about the truth. That is where, okay, when seeing is happening, it just, when we look at this side, it's, okay, then we look at the front, and then we look at this side. So what's happening? When we look at the seeing is happening, due to the causes there, seeing is happening. And when we are looking the front, that is finished. Again, new seeing. Right? Yeah, because eyes are there, no, this ability is there, no, which came from the previous karma. Okay. Yeah, I understand your question. So seeing is not a problem. The what we see is not the problem, but claiming it as I, me is the problem. We are telling the ownership. We are taking the ownership. That is, let's go into the deep details. So how it is, how the ownership is happening on top of seeing, original seeing. That because we don't see that one moment seeing is happening due to these three reasons, three causes, and it's just passing away. It's just passing away, and we are not mindful enough, we are not practiced enough, we are not realized enough to see that. Because of that, next moment a thought is coming, the thoughts are coming and telling, yeah, because of the speed. We see, yeah, you are gripping. Yeah, that you are like, it's happening. It's that's where it's the inner speed process, it's happening. And that's where, that's why I'm asking you all, just, I mean, try to practice. And that's why I said last time also, open eye meditation. You are just look at the pay attention. At the beginning, you are with the sense of I have to pay attention. You are paying the attention. But when you are like, as you said, when you are in the meditation, at the beginning thoughts are coming and slowly vanishing away, that the things are settling down in the, like in the mind jar, like in the agitated pond is settling down. So this pond is like, okay, settling down, and you are starting to see the truth. Not that somebody is seeing the truth. There is this, again, the ability of seeing the truth. Okay, let me tell you. This seeing is a natural process. This hearing is a natural process. This sensing things through the nose, through the tongue, and through the body is a natural process. Without an owner. And thinking is a natural process, right? Without an owner. just a phenomena. Yeah, the phenomena. Seeing is the phenomenon. So, but now, like, okay, but we have to go deep into that. That is where we call the insight meditation. We have to get the insight first as the theoretical knowledge, and then we have to live in it. And the more we are living in it, we start to understand the process here, the mechanism here. Now the raining is happening. Sun is rising in the morning, and sun is setting down in the evening. So when it comes to this raining, why there are movements? When this raining is happening, is there an owner? Is somebody doing this raining process? වැස්ස වලාහක දෙවියෝ කරනව නේද? Is there that is what, for you to understand, okay, what is a natural process? Raining is a natural process which belongs to the nature. Raining is happening due to because this universe has its own system where we cannot intervene. So in the same way, seeing is the raining is a natural process. Rising of the sun is a natural process. Wind is a natural process, right? So the blooming flowers, the trees are growing, the fruits are coming out of trees. So these are natural processes. So in the same way, seeing is a natural process, right? That's where we have to get clarified. Seeing is a natural process, then how come it's claiming as I, me, mine? How this the attachment towards seeing is happening? That's where we have to get clarified. So we have to be meditative, we have to be mindful. Okay, when the three things are there, okay, let's say that now you are there. Now I am continuing with talking, and you fell into sleep, right? Then can you see what's happening here? No, you can't see, right? Then I come and open your eyes and show something, but you are in a deep sleep. Your eyes are open, but mind is not working. Mind is not working. But can you see? You can't see. Eyes are open, but mind is not working. You can't see. Then I am like, now you are awake. I am like closing your eyes, and I'm taking you to somewhere, and I'm asking you, tell me what is in front of your eyes. I'm closing your eyes and taking you to somewhere outside, and I'm asking you, tell me what is in front of your eyes. Can you say? Why? Your eyes are closed, but the mind is working, which means I am trying to explain you, the mind itself cannot see. Eye itself cannot see, right? These three things have to be together for this seeing process to seeing phenomenon to happen. Only these three causes are together, the seeing mechanism is happening, right? And when we see this side and then see other side, this seeing is finished, and again a new seeing. Now I am asking you a question, where is this seeing happening? Where is this seeing happening? Where? Now you say in the mind. What else? What did you say? No, I didn't get you. Yeah. Yeah. Continuously happening. Yeah. Yeah, I'm asking where is it happening? Where is seeing happening? Where? One simple question. Now, some gave as that is happening in the mind, right? That is where our ignorance is. We think that is happening in the mind. That's why we take as I am seeing. Why we are like telling that, I mean, okay, it is happening in the mind. The mind, eyes, and the matter got together and happened, finished. That happened in the space. That's just a phenomenon, happened and finished. Actually, we cannot say it is space. Yeah, that is the other fact. I mean, let's come to that slowly. That is also correct. That is because of the speed, we cannot see it's finished. It's because due to the causes, it occurred and it finished at the spot itself. That we cannot see because of the speed. That's where you have to slow yourself, be meditative. That's why we have to be so subtle. The mind, the mindfulness has to be so subtle. The sharpness. That's what it says. The yoniso manasikara, wise reflection. Be meditative and clear comprehension, right? So then we start to see these things have to be practiced. You have to do, okay. There's the other thing. Now, when this, okay, this is how we have to talk. When I see this, the eyes are open. The moment eyes are open, the what is there, the seeing itself is there. There is no I, me, mine. So how is it happening? So okay, you can close your eyes and you can open your eyes. The moment you are open your eyes, seeing happens. And then you can close your eyes just to practice. Then seeing is finished. Yes.
Just seeking to tie up a few things which came through what you said. In Buddhism, we would say that to be born, it's fortunate to be born with all faculties. That is your senses. Otherwise, if you lack sight, then it is a problem. That's according to what I may be totally incorrect.
Yeah, this is when it comes to Sinhalese, අර මොකද්ද චන සම්පත්තිය කියන එක නේද ඔය explain කරන්නේ. Okay.
It's just that
the all faculties. Okay. Yes, yeah.
We are fortunate to be born.
Yeah. That's what you are. Yeah.
Faculties, and in a time where Buddhism is in this class and form. So being born with all faculties, it becomes karma as well.
Yeah.
So you have karma. And then when you are born, the example you took of a baby, now baby is there, is looking at, we can show a rattle, but the baby doesn't know it's a rattle.
Yeah.
But the baby is responding to the fact that the baby is seeing.
Yeah.
And hearing the sound. Then the baby is taught that this is Amma.
Yeah.
That's your father. When he's coming home, wave at him. So all that is conditioning, and that also goes back to the past karma as well.
Yeah.
And then
That's-
when we come to meditation and so on, we are learning to unlearn what we have learned.
Yeah, that's what we are doing now. Yeah.
This realization,
Of course.
this process
Yeah.
of the anatma.
Yeah. 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 This whole process that we, as this the theoretical knowledge, we have to get to know this whole process, everything. So that's where that now she was talking about, okay, the baby, right? Now the baby is just with open eyes. And now see that baby has now at the beginning no separation, because he see the whole picture as it is. The seeing is happening. No separation. It's me, it's my mother. There is no separation. So how the separation is coming in this whole picture? So can you get this whole picture? So the whole seeing without any, now there's nothing for baby to focus, because baby has not recognized anything, not conditioned yet, the identify separately. The everything is like that we are taking a picture from a camera, right? So the moment you have to do it with me now itself. You can close your eyes, you can open your eyes. The moment you open your eyes, you can see whole picture at once. Can you catch what I say? You can just keep the face open to the whole space, close your eyes and open your eyes. See that you can see everything, still the focus has not happened, right? You like this, you close your eyes and open your eyes. Then after a few seconds, the mind start to say, it's a fan, it's a light. How is it coming? Now, can baby say that? Baby just open eyes, baby, everything is there. You know that, look at if there are babies at your home, your grandchildren's, their eyes are very bright. They are not like focusing, just the like newly born calf, no? So their eyes are also the same. So no focus. So I am asking you that this Animisa Lochana Puja is, there is no focus. When the focus is there, that is how mind has been conditioned and trained to focus. One thing, this is my mother, this is me. And then I love my mother, oh, I hate my mother. Then the aversion and the greediness is happening, continuing. So that Patisotagami, reversing back means now I am taking you to the originality, where the source is, how things are happening, the start. So you have to come back to the starting process. So then in the whole picture, there is no separation. Can you understand? You have to practical, just to experience that. Just close your eyes and open your eyes. The moment you open your eyes, there is no identification. Identification is coming after some time, after a few seconds. So that is where the seeing, what is seen is merely seen. There is still no ego is being formed. Even the recognition is not happened. Even the mind has not come to action. Because now we have data now. We have past data. That's why the moment we close your eyes and open your eyes, then this is fan, this is rotating fast. Okay, I also have to take one fan. I want to buy one. Oh, I want to steal this. That's how stealing thoughts or something, blah, blah. The process is happening. So when we, okay, that can we stop at seeing? Oh, we are in the understanding process of the mechanism. So Ditte ditta mattang bhavisati. Dakkot dakka pamanai bahiya. In the scene, just merely seeing. Because it's finishing at the moment itself. So we look at the whole picture. That is where the mirror effect is coming. The mechanism of a mirror, right? In the mirror, so let's say that we will, even in the computer, even in the TV screen, so everything is in one plane. In the same way, just think that you open your eyes, the moment you close your eyes and you open your eyes, everything is in one picture. But the things are not yet named. The mind has not yet come to action. It's happening. You can catch it in one moment. You can catch it in one moment. That's why she was saying that it is in the Sinhalese, we can say Shana Sampattiya. There are these 5 rare things in these five rare things. The 5th one is the Shana Sampattiya, which means the gift of the present moment, which is alive always, the present moment. No, the gift of the present moment is the most precious thing. That is where you have to the person is realizing the truth in the present moment, not yesterday, not future, here and now, in the present moment. Because here and now, present moment is the always alive thing. Present. So how difficult it is to be present, right? Because mind is jumping. But when we are aware, okay, the other main point is mind is jumping to the data. So when mind is jumping to the data, so if you are aware, mind is jumping, these thoughts are coming, thoughts are coming. If you are aware, that is what matters most. That is where you have to be aware. Yes. Yeah. So I think this may be like Greek for you, very difficult for you. But this is what we have to learn, we have to discuss, we have to practice. I'm sorry, I am talking about this. If you don't understand, don't invite me next time. But this is what you have to, if you are not attaining Nibbana this life, next life also, this is what you have to learn and practice. So that's why I'm talking about it, and that is what my investigation is. Okay, for the moment that we'll stop. And every moment, present moment. Oh, yes. Okay, that now we are going